And you know, there's one use of salt that is lost to modern society. Ancient Israelites added to their sacrifices in conformity with Leviticus 2:13. You shall not omit from your grain offering salt for covering of your God. All your offerings you shall add salt. And although the nuances of this instruction are rather obscure, the basic sense is very clear. Salt represents the quality of Israel's commitment to God. You know, in line with discipleship, salt represents the gift of the highest value. In this Sunday's gospel, to be salt in the earth is to offer one's life as the purest gift to God. You know, in the Beatitudes that immediately precede this Sunday's gospel, Jesus includes in his kingdom those that society holds disgraced, like the mournful, like the poor in spirit, those who hunger, or the lowly. The world may unknowingly ignore such individuals, but God accepts them as more valuable than any sacrificial offering. Their simple faith in God, in spite of their life situation, is what makes them valuable in the eyes of God. Finding, profound value in life's hardships challenges human understanding. The light, as Jesus speaks of this in this Sunday's gospel, is the ability to see the reality of this value. His command that his disciples be the light of the world includes a call to each one of us as his disciples to embrace the hardships of others as their own. Something that isn't easy to do. The disciples, who are the salt of the earth and the light of the world, are those who understand how to give within the fragility or abundance of their circumstances. Those who are the salt are the disciples who see the value of those who feel empty or discarded by society. Those who live as the light are those with whom the poor can trust for authentic human connection. This Sunday's responsorial psalm, paints a picture of this beautiful image of the world. Also, the prophet Isaiah that we heard in the first reading say, if you bestow your bread on the hungry and you satisfy the afflicted, then light shall rise for you in the darkness. Salt and light are essential for life. And if these elements were to become anything else, they would cease to provide life-giving benefits. My friends, the same holds for authentic discipleship. Salt represents the sacrificial offering of our lives. Light represents our commitment to active charity. A disciple who loses awareness of these values loses something essential as a follower of Christ. No longer good for anything, warns Jesus, but to be thrown out and trampled underfoot. Although this teaching is challenging, we heard in our second reading from Paul's letter to the Corinthians that it comes not from our own efforts or wisdom, but from the power and the gift of God. After prayerfully reflecting on these scripture passages for this Sunday, I thought that I should ask myself a few questions. You might also find these questions thought-provoking. How do you understand the phrase salt of the earth within the context of today's gospel? Secondly, how are we called to give lavishly or generously? Third, is there a clear sense within our own faith journey? And all of us here today as disciples do have a faith journey. Some things similar, some things different. But do we have a clear sense of our faith journey as to how it adds flavor